ship that's flagged in South Korea, and it could have a crew from the Philippines and Sri Lanka, and you could have insurers in London, multiple types of insurance. You have hull insurance and war risk insurance, liability insurance. So you have different insurers that would have to then, if there's a claim, try to seek to resolve who's going to pay that claim. And then you could have a private maritime security company out of Dubai, and the security team could be made up of nationals from any countries that they happen to hire. There's really two major issues that have caused problems for international lawyers. And then, of course, in each country, there's a microcosm, there's a national political and legal process that has taken place, not unlike the whole gun controversy that's sort of unfolding in the United States. Because in national laws, the regulation of private maritime security generally falls under the generic rules in the country for self-defense and for defense of others. So the two issues are carriage of firearms on board a ship. How does that work? And it's actually quite complex because it's regulated through international trafficking and arms regulations and national legislation, and also it affects the law of the sea. And then the second issue is what happens if the private maritime security persons use force and injure or kill a suspected pirate? And what is the liability there? What rules apply? So the International Maritime Organization in London has attempted to work through these issues. The IMO is the specialized agency for maritime matters of the United Nations. It has 167 countries that are participants, and they meet periodically at the IMO on the Thames River in London to work out issues for international shipping. And so this has come to the surface at the IMO. The issue was originally resisted by the international shipping community because they preferred not to have to deal with it or not to have to pay for what they thought ought to be the responsibility of governments. But finally, even though the international industry has opposed privately contracted armed security, most have relented. They've seen that it's effective, and so now the question is what sort of rules ought to be developed. Several sessions of the IMO began to sort of move slowly, as any international organization does, toward defining proper roles for private maritime security. And then they have approached the international standardization